guys, welcome back. As you can tell, this is part 2. In this, we're gonna go ahead and still continue to talk about kind of the same thing, but just getting George's male point of view. And now keep in mind, he's not every male's point of view. Okay, we don't talk shit over here. We just talk facts. We don't judge. Okay, but this is just one point of view. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that I want to start off by asking is, have you ever been cheated on, or have you ever cheated?
No, I've never been committed to one person to cheat or be cheated on. But I've noticed it. Like I said, I've seen it,
Mm-hmm.
and my view on it from just the in general perspective is, why cheat on someone if you intend on being with that person in the long run? Why not just leave that person if you can't stop yourself from fucking another person? It's just common sense. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's common decency.
Yeah. So,
That's why I view it as like low, like that's some low shit to do to somebody. You know what I mean?
so you wouldn't cheat then?
Personally, no. Only because if I'm with someone and then I deem them to be worth like full commitment to them, then I'm like being a hypocrite and going against that by cheating on that person. It's just illogical.
Okay. So with the way that you think, the next question I feel like is gonna be kind of interesting because I have heard other males say side bitches save the relationship. So I wanted to see what was your thought on that from your fellow mates.
If you need a side bitch, then you don't need to be with one person. No, you don't need to be committed to one person.
So then you feel like they should probably be like in an open relationship.
Be with someone who's okay with that.
What are your thoughts on that? Like,
My thoughts on it, like,
yeah, like
am I
what if,
against it?
like, if you were to be in a serious relationship and your girl's like, hey, like I want us to try to have an open marriage or an open relationship because there's married people that try it,
Yeah.
after being married and whatnot. So it's like, just yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna be in that position because if she feels like we need other people in our relationship, I'm a selfish lover.
Okay.
I don't like
Okay.
sharing what I deem mine,
Right.
and if I'm hers, she doesn't mind sharing me with everyone, then there's a disconnect there.
I can feel that.
So
But
I'm about to move on.
do you feel like having an open relationship is wrong, or it's just not wrong, but it's just not your thing? Because it's a difference.
It's not my thing. I don't think it's wrong because if as long as everyone's consensual, like everybody understands the ins and outs of it, and they're all okay with that, then that's what it is. It's not like it's a crime against humanity.
Yeah, I fuck with that. Yeah, I'm kind of new to like the whole open marriage relationship thing, just because I befriend friends that have that type of relationship, and I think that's pretty
Right.
cool. I think it's pretty cool because I understand it now, and it literally is like what you just said. If y'all know the understanding, and if it works, it just makes your relationship better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you don't think the side bitches save relationships?
They're homewreckers, but like they're not really homewreckers because they're not like doing anything that the man is not allowing. But like I said, if it's not consensual, then there's a disconnect, and when there's a disconnect, there's a problem.
Okay. And what if cheating was normal? Do you think everybody else would do it? Like it was just a natural thing for human beings to do.
If cheating was normal, it wouldn't be cheating.
You're right. You sure is right.
If it was normal, then it's just sharing.
That is true. Yeah, yeah, that is true. I didn't think about it. See? One thing that I felt like me personally that I struggle in a relationship with a male is that I am very independent. So from my point of view, men don't like independent women.
Yeah, because whenever a woman makes a man feel like she doesn't need them, there's like an instinct, like it's like almost instinctual that like we expect to be leaned on. You know what I'm saying? And when a woman's like, I don't need you here. I don't need, you know what I'm saying? It makes you just question like, why am I just wasting my time in here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as a woman, you're just like, I'm just stating that I don't need you. But it's like,
Yep.
but it's not even that. It's the fact that you feel the need to say that to me is what bothers me. Like you feel like you have to check me somewhere. That means you think that I'm getting too comfortable with something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like,
Yeah.
and if that's the case, then you should just be 100 about that.
Yeah.
Instead of lashing out and me having to draw it back here.
Yeah.
Draw it back here. Like
I can definitely like say yes to all of that because I am that woman. Like I am that woman. I don't need you.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
and it's just like, and it sucks because my mom always told me that you don't need a man. Never need a man, never independent woman, never dependent on anybody but yourself. So I have that. I still carry that with myself. Yeah. And then to this day, like I don't even say it to him, but I've said it so much to him that he's like, yeah, I know, you don't even need me. I don't know why I'm here. And it's just like, hear him say that, like it has fucked me up because it's just like, damn.
Because you're
like it's like, okay, like yeah, you in a way it's like I don't need you here, but I want you here, and that's more important to me.
See, but then that means it becomes a need. But you're not comfortable with admitting that.
Well, what do you mean?
You should be comfortable with admitting that with someone you love.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm like.
I'm saying internally, that's why you hesitate to show your how vulnerable you are. That's like a weakness to you.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
You should. You should show your vulnerableness because when you're vulnerable to a man, that is what is sexy. That's what is like. We desire that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think I've gotten better. I've leaned more on him a lot.
Y'all's feminine features are y'all's best friends, and a lot of y'all neglect those because y'all view them as weakness because y'all have seen men step down on women. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But in general, it's not a weakness. It's y'all's greatest strength in the sexual market.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're like, the more feminine you are, the more attractive you are. The more masculine you are, just shows that you're more insecure about shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you're too masculine, that just translates to defensive. Whenever I'm talking to a girl, I'm not trying to like chisel her down. I want her to open up to me.
Yeah.
But that's just the way it is.
It is, because I'm definitely very masculine to this day.
Yeah, but it's a defense mechanism.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. That's how I had to grow up. So it's like it's really hard. I've definitely personally feel like have touched my inner woman.
Yeah,
because he's giving me that safe place. Like he's giving me, like he boosts me up for being a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
the fact that you trust him. Though,
yeah.
That's the greatest compliment you can give him.
Yeah. So it's like I get it. Like
trusting him to be your, to be your not your savior, but the person you can lean on.
Yeah.
And be vulnerable with and open with and trust and know that he's gonna protect you. And not feel the need to be the protector.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I was going to expand on that. I clap because I'm doing it from here. No, that's fine. But one of my friends, he has a new relationship, and he hasn't been in a relationship for like 5 years. Yeah. And so whenever he would come to me for like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Like, what am I supposed to do with all this extra stuff? Because he was confused. But one of the things whenever we were having like a really deep conversation about stuff, he said that oh, I'm not supposed to listen to her because that makes me a bitch. And I'm like, how does that?
He came and told me that. I thought it was so funny.
That's his upbringing. That something happened to him, or he saw something at a young age that made him feel that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm like, how does that make you a bitch? And like, plus, who's gonna say that you're a bitch? And then why are you getting peer pressured from who's ever calling you a bitch for sharing your emotions in the first place? Because you're not fucking them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's usually guys, so you're not fucking guys.
Yeah,
right. You know?
There's one thing I think that his reaction one thing that I've learned is that's trauma based. If it, and it comes straight off the cuff like that with no thought, like that's just how he feels.
Yeah, that's what I was
That's
thinking.
trauma, bro. That's trauma that he needs to, you know, search within and fix because that's not the way reality is. You know what I'm saying? That's not the way a man should feel. And that's the problem. Like, and there's people out here, that push that narrative that it's not okay to open up. You know what I'm saying? It's not okay to be, gentle in any way or in understanding. That's viewed as a weakness. Like, nah, I'm not trying to negotiate type shit. But it's not about that. It's just about, being considerate. That's the thing that the world lacks. People think it's like love and shit, but it's really just being considerate to your fellow man.
Yeah, and then another thing, like, well, just to go on about like really to reinforce like what you just said, he was he asked me too, like, oh, do I have to? I don't want to get permission if I want to go out to do something. It's like you don't have to ask for permission. You just let them know what you're gonna do, and then y'all can be cordial about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like it seems like he's like a really really macho guy, like well stereotypical macho man. But
Right.
that's at least like in this day and age. I don't think that relationships like that never really work. You know?
Yeah. He's very insecure about shit. Like the way he does shit. And honestly, people like people who think like that, like I said, it's just all trauma. And one thing that I noticed that you said, he comes to you for advice and shit. So he views you as a father figure, brother figure. Like he's coming to you like with for instructions.
Yeah, because he
Because
can't.
you're in a successful relationship. Right?
Yeah.
He sees that, right?
Yeah, because I talked to him about it, and he's like, "Oh, you got the most experience." Well, because I've been with her this long, but I do always like inform about all the stuff that we did, and like literally everything that he's going through when we've been through, and I give him advice on top of that. But he's kind of resistant to it because it's like a new type of way of thinking.
It's taboo for him.
Yeah,
But see, he sees that you succeeded in it, so he's trying to, he's gonna trust you. But like he doesn't understand, there's a lot of groundwork to that. There's a lot of, like I said, give and take, and a lot of understanding
exactly.
that he might view as like wait, that he might view as himself wavering, like giving up, letting her control. You know what I'm saying? But that's because he thinks the way he thinks.
Yeah, and it's not like just a one-way street of what y'all said earlier too, like how like the woman's always right. It's not that. It's a relationship is a two-way street. There's give and then there's take,
Yeah.
but it's always even.
Yeah. It's and that's why I said it all boils down to matching energy.
Yeah.
The minute you notice relationships, the minute shit goes bad is when energy is not being matched. It's like there's like a wall. It hits a wall, and then you can feel it. It's just not the same. But and people don't ever speak on it. That's the problem either. Like they never speak on it when it happens. They just like notice it and try to put each other to the test to see if what they're feeling is true. Instead of talking about it, like, hey, this feels off to me. You know what I mean? So much shit could be prevented, but consideration is a motherfucker.
For real.
It actually makes me happy that his his friend comes to him. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it makes me feel like we're doing something right.
Definitely.
And I'm happy to be that relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like respectfully, I'm being like selfish, conceited, proud, like about my relationship because I think it's a good relationship, and we are so used to hearing about shitty stuff that I want to share mine. Because
I don't think it's conceited. If it's true, it's not conceited.
Well, that is true.
Like if the richest man comes up and says, "I'm the richest man in the world,"
it's just the truth.
It's facts.
Yeah. Yeah.
So y'all are those motherfuckers.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and but see, it's in our nature not to boast ourselves, but when it's true, it's like, why hide that? Because you're used to being around haters.
For reals. For
You know what I'm
reals.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Over here, we keeping it a buck. You know what I'm saying?
So some men, don't like independent women.
Yeah.
That's
They're intimidated by it.
right. But there's nothing wrong with being independent. And I feel like that's something that men can work on, Um what is something that you feel like as the male race can work on, like in general?
Men can work on, like, let's put it this way. I feel like we can only react to society, right? Because
Hmm.
we're part of society, so we can only react to what happens within it, right? But I feel like the minute men are able to know when to be open, you know what I'm saying, and who not to waste their time on, it's gonna be a vicious cycle until then. But I think that men, once they learn their own value and once they learn, you know what I'm saying, to respect, their partner, that that's when things can be like less problematic.
Yeah.
But yeah, that as far as what you were saying earlier, I forgot what you just said. I was gonna say something about it.
Okay, well, what you think on that? What do you think that the women race can do better? Like, what do you feel like we could work on? Like, not to just generally to make us better. Like, what do you feel like we should work on?
I feel like women should stop feeling the need to put men down to put themselves up, because they feel like they view men as opposition, as competition. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But see, like, and I'm talking to those like feminists and shit like that. When you're a feminist, you just want equality, right? Now it's getting to the point where they still want men to be traditional and treat them as equals. Like, you want us to still like open doors for you and do all this shit for you, but you're not gonna do that for us. Like, there's a disconnect.
Yeah, I can see it. I mean, I open Jonathan's doors.
And
He
then, like
doesn't
I
really.
said,
He doesn't let me though.
and I don't, like I said, this isn't me just speaking like on all women,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
all
Yeah.
men.
Yeah.
I did, like I said, I just noticed a pattern, and in the world, and I speak on it. But there are those people out there who are vicious to each other. There's women out here who are you know what I'm saying, hateful to men, and there's men who are hateful to women. But it all comes from personal trauma. That's one thing that no one is born hating anybody.
Yeah. No. Yeah. For sure.
That's how you
Yeah.
grow up.
Yeah. That's for sure.
And see, we're all just victims of our ancestors and what comes with it. See, feminism is new. It's a new concept. This shit got introduced like what, in the 60s, 70s?
Think so. Yeah.
Women were able to vote and do all that type of shit.
Yeah.
At first,
And it
feminism.
really wasn't that long ago. Hell, my mama's from the 64.
Exactly.
You
See,
know?
so feminism originally was for equality. Women just wanted to be treated like respectful how men were treated.
Like
have the same
fair.
opportunities, right?
Right.
Okay, so
And
now
I can get
women-
behind that.
Women have that and more though. Because not only do they have that, but now they still want men to be traditional. But they're not traditional women. You're independent women. You know what I'm saying? You're masculine women. You know what I'm saying? But y'all's femininity inside of y'all still wants to be with somebody, still wants to be loved.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, it's a certain shit like that that like causes the disconnect where not reciprocating the same energy anymore. You know what I mean? It's just like feminism, most feminism now is like they're trying to take over shit. Like, goddamn, like, that's how I view it.
Yeah.
I don't hate women though.
To a certain extent, I feel like women could run the world better to a certain extent. Hear me out, okay? To a certain extent, if they're willing to put the work, just because the type of woman that you just described is literally me. Like I am very independent. I'm very masculine. Like hell, I dated bitches. Okay, I was bending them backwards and shit, just like men do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I had to learn the men's game to survive out here because I had it on my own. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get the opportunity to be a girl. I didn't get the opportunity to be a woman. I didn't get the opportunity to sit here and look pretty because that wasn't my main priority. My main priority is to get hit these streets, get the money, and make sure I have a roof over my head.
Right.
So it's like, putting in the work broke that a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's like with the right partner, it came out. You know how some people say, "Oh, you just bring the ugly out of me." Like Jonathan brought the pretty out of me or whatever. And
Your feminine side.
yeah, so it's like I support women. I love women. Women can rule the world if we wanted to. But sometimes I do think we forget to be fair. We, I guess to a certain point, men have done so much shitty shit to ourselves that sometimes we forget that we were doing this to be fair, and we're ended up being like these men
Right.
that we hate so much.
Yeah.
So it's just, I see it now. That I've had experience, I guess, both worlds or whatever. But
Let me ask you a question.
mhm.
I have two questions.
Okay.
First question is it okay for you as a woman to be dominated by a man emotionally?
Okay, what do you mean?
Like, okay, let's put it this way, like two lions, right? You know, before they mate, they do this little like play dance, like where they go back and forth. But eventually, the male lion tags the woman lion down,
Mm-hmm.
and she doesn't like she gives herself to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like she's one of the most mightiest beasts in the jungle, but for the male, she, you know, for her urges, she surrenders herself to him. She lets him dominate her.
Yeah.
But like in human form, like that means you becoming fully vulnerable to him. So, you know, emotionally, mentally, you let him inside your head. You let him see the dark corners of your mind. You tell your secrets. That's what I mean by letting a man dominate you.
It took me a minute, but I feel like we're there now. Yeah, it took me a minute because it's
But like, do you agree with it? Do you
um
think women would be happier if they did that?
yeah, because you don't have to keep fighting. That's a weight lifted off your shoulders. You actually have time to relax and actually time to like feel loved and feel safe, and it's like,
All the perks of it, you know?
yeah, like you actually get to enjoy life because you have somebody to share per se the struggle with.
And you connect
Yeah.
deeper with that.
Yeah.
With your significant other. Now they know your pain.
Yeah.
Now they can empathize with you.
And in a way it's like you let them know, and like you, it's like a confirmation to the male that you are the head of household. You know what I'm saying? Like if shit goes left, what are you doing? Because I'm
Right.
depending on you now.
Exactly.
Now if you come into a point where you're struggling as a male, I want you to feel confident to come and tell me that I'm struggling, because that's what I'm here for. Because
Like you're not gonna turn on them.
yeah,
When shit gets bad.
we're in the same team. And two, I got here by myself before you got here, so I'm not that slow. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be a team at the end. Like, I'll lead you. Like, no, you can lead us, but if something's wrong, then I feel like I should have the right to be like, hey, hold on, I think we should be going this way, and be respectful about
You
it.
just want your opinion, your word to be considered and
Yeah.
respected.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And like I said,
And
that's
it
back
just
and forth.
it makes so much better, because if y'all both are fucking, if y'all are both trying to dominate each other, like, it's just, you're constantly gonna be arguing because you're gonna be struggling.
But you know it's in your nature to be the one who becomes dominated.
Yes.
and then once the male is comfortable, that happens later down the road usually. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But sometimes it is backwards.
Yeah.
But
I think it's just nature for the woman to be softer first. Because we know that we can defend each other. So why do we have to why do we have it's like, let's think about it, okay? Like these young wanksters, they feel so hard because they're flashing out their guns and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Right. Back in the day, you never knew what the fuck a motherfucker had underneath his shirt. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, women are the same way. Why do we have to flash all of our guns when majority of the men know that women are crazy? You know what I'm saying? Like, so why do we have to flash them all the time? We can just sit and relax and let this, and then if this man acts a fool, then that's a different story. But if he's showing you no threat, like, why are you fighting it? Like, it's, I see it now, honestly. Like, I see it now, and it's just like, I'm so relaxed. Yeah, I'm so relaxed. Like, like, for example, last night he got home, right? I had just finished cleaning the house because I couldn't go to sleep because he wasn't home. But I didn't call him at all. He called me. He was texting me, and it didn't bother me. I just didn't want to, because sometimes he'll go out with his friends and he'll be like, "Man, his girl stayed calling him all day," and it's just like, I don't want to be that girl. I want him to have fun. One, because he doesn't do it to me whenever I'm out with my girls. You know what I'm saying? And then, he came, we were in bed, he's telling me, how all these bitches were, like, twerking on the hallway. And it's like, and none of that bothers me. Like, because I know that it's there. And it's because I put my guard down, because I showed him that it's okay. Like,
yeah, like, you're secure.
Yeah.
You're secure with each other. So, yeah, of course, there's going to be an outside worry because of, like I said, society.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
But you got to trust that what y'all have is more important than any of that.
Yeah.
So, and y'all obviously both trust that.
Yeah.
So here's my second question.
Okay.
Do you think women need men? Do y'all need men? Like right now, if all men were taken off of this continent and put on another continent, y'all are surviving without men. Without all these machines, y'all gonna have to rebuild everything. Y'all gonna have to build roads again, society.
I feel like we could, but I feel like we don't need to. I feel like together we're better. Because you got to think about it. Like,
but y'all would survive without men, though, in general.
I feel like the only reason why I feel like we could is because there is women that feel like they know that they're men. So, like, I feel like those male instinct will kick in to a certain extent.
Okay, so let me put a scenario out there.
Okay.
Who do women call whenever something happens to them? Police.
Yeah.
Who shows up? When a man is trying to stalk a woman or attack a woman, who does she call?
But but if you're in a world full of women, there's not gonna be no men to attack.
That's why I'm giving you a scenario.
Okay.
Now y'all gotta defend yourselves from outside attackers.
I guess for the muscle.
I'm not saying y'all can't be a union. Y'all can't be like, we can survive together.
Yeah.
But instinctively, women don't trust each other.
Yeah, and it's shitty because that's what we were always told. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But y'all naturally don't, though. Y'all naturally don't trust each other.
Yeah.
Like, women fall out with each other way more than men fall out with their friends. You know what I'm saying?
But a lot of it, I feel like a lot of it's insecurities.
Yes, it's a lot of that. Yeah. And it's just a lot of, like I said, just lack of trust with each other.
Yeah.
Because women are very cunning. They're very, you know what I'm saying? They can be very, very sneaky. I swear to God. Like, y'all could be doing shit off the radar.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? That's what's scary about women. Like,
I feel like we need men to live, but I feel like we could be in the world that is run by women, and men are just like there for our needs. Does that make sense?
You mean like vice versa?
Kinda.
Like let the men be feminine?
In a way, I feel like, yeah.
But I think that's unnatural. Like, it's unnatural to the point of self-destructive.
Why?
because men are still gonna have to be some type of masculine no matter what. Now you want all men to be women. That'll never
Well,
work. Men don't operate like women. Now, women who try to operate like men usually overestimate themselves. Personally,
say the last part one more time.
women who think like that, who think that you know what I'm saying, like they can put themselves in a man's position, end up folding. They overestimated themselves because you're too stuck on the I can do what you can do, but we're not meant to do what we each other do. We're not meant to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I guess I guess certain things. Yeah, I can agree with you on that. But I feel like certain things women can do what men can do. Certain things. Um, but like realistically, we like both need each other to a certain point.
and you want to know something? There's this show where they get men and women and put them on both on an island. Like, and these are all random women or all random men, right?
Mhm.
So all the random women, there's like a housewife, there's like an athlete, a woman cop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A fucking woman baker. They're all different people.
Yeah.
Nobody is the same, right?
Yeah.
They done this with men, all type of different men. So there was even a gay man on their team, right?
Uh-huh.
They dropped them both on different separate little islands, them little small secluded islands.
Yeah.
Within the first 2-3 days, women fell apart because they couldn't agree on shit. Like everybody was trying to overpower the next woman. Like no, we should do this.
You know, and that's the thing. Yes,
They had to
true.
be rescued.
True.
And then the men,
True.
none of them knew each other. They weren't all Boy Scouts. They weren't all savvy with hunting and all type of shit. But they established a hierarchy. That's the first thing they did. And then like I said, they all just worked as a team.
Yeah.
And like they were thriving. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying all men are like that. But that's an experiment, right?
Yeah.
And they've done this more than once, like it's a show.
Yeah.
And like women usually there's been a successful team.
Yeah.
But men, there's never been a losing men team. Like there's been times where the men and the woman both survived and they did good, and nobody really won or lost.
Yeah.
But it's mainly women who lose it.
Yeah.
And it's 1 week. It's 1 week. You go as long as you can.
Yeah.
It goes to like a whole month or two or some shit like that if they extend that far.
Yeah.
But men usually can finish that. And I'm saying that because not to bash women, not to say all women are like that.
Yeah.
But these are all different men. These are all different women. None of them know each other. They're going off instinct. They're going off of, So I feel like stuff like that is just glaring evidence. But I'm not going to generalize everybody.
Well, the only thing I feel is like they're always going to be like something like TV show or like a news report or a book report or if there's always gonna be a reason or an excuse or evidence of how men can be physically stronger than women, and I feel like that's why sometimes men can outdo women is because y'all are physically better than us. Even a fit woman can still be outdone by
it's
a
just
man.
genetic. Men
Yeah,
are more prone to like being strong and athletic. You know what I mean? Like our limits are past y'all's, right? But that still doesn't and see instinctively that's what makes the masculine women nervous. Like that's what makes them feel threatened because men are like that, right? So they feel like y'all have to be like that back to us to show us like.
I feel like I feel like I can't show a man a soft side because they're gonna think I'm soft, and it's just like
They're gonna think they can control you.
Yeah, and I don't like that. I don't like when a man comes in too strong. Like I don't like when
Like he starts trying to come around on some stomp down shit.
Yeah,
like
like
calling
dude,
shots. This is what it is.
Yeah, like
you're gonna get with it. You're gonna get
yeah, I
lost.
don't like that.
Yeah. Like a lot of motherfuckers are, and you know what's crazy? A lot of motherfuckers come from Mexican households are like that.
That's
Like
why
traditionally
I don't like
Mexican households are like that.
That's why I couldn't date a Mexican. No, my mom, after my sister got with a black guy, my mom was like, tú te vas a casar con un mexicano and mexicano this, and it's just like, I know, like, one, because I grew up with Mexicans, and it's like, for what? So I can get dragged from the kitchen to the room just like y'all did? I'm like, no, thank you. I was just like, and it's shitty, but all Mexican guys, to a certain point, I felt like they were all like that. They were all women beaters. They were all cheaters. They were
just brought up on that perception.
Yeah.
If they didn't physically do it, it was ingrained in them, and they had to unlearn it.
Yeah.
There's few.
Yeah.
But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, I don't date Mexican. I love Mexican ladies though. Like I'll date the fuck out of a Mexican girl. But guys, I have very bad experience. Now I understand that not everybody's like that.
Yeah, that's why you do your research, your homework.
Yeah.
You feel them out before you get close to them.
Yeah. And then I did try it. I tried like 2 Mexicans, and they both try to get crazy with me. So I was like, see, this is why I don't do Mexicans. They literally proved my point. Yeah. So, but no hate, because some of my lady friends are with a Mexican, and they're like amazing people. Like they're amazing men. You know what I'm saying? So I know not everybody is fucked up.
But your friends are traditional too, right? Mexicans?
Yes.
So that's why they just feel like puzzle pieces.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, and that's just not me. Like, she stays home and takes care of the kids and fucking mops the floor with fucking a toothbrush and shit type. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's real Mexican, old school, like the type of Mexican that I grew up with, my mama. But I like being independent, where I like to have my own money, because I never had the opportunity to do that, because you
were told no so much.
Yeah, so it's just like it's like money. It's like I never really had the time to play a housewife at one point in my life. You know what I'm saying? Right. And Jonathan recently gave me that opportunity. Actually, last year I didn't work for shit, and and actually I loved it. I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I am thankful for it. Like,
yeah, because it's a relieving feeling of not having to supply shit to do anything, not being accounted on. You know what I'm saying? It's a relaxing thing, because then there's no pressure.
And then like he was coming home with every meal was cooked, like homemade cooked, and I would make desserts, and then I was make his lunches, and then making agua frescas, and like the house was always clean. Like,
so what made you stop it?
I got bored.
Is it that, or did it start feeling unnatural?
I miss it. Like, I actually want to do like part-time, but it's like I do miss working. Like, I miss working. Like, I worked my whole life. The year off was great, believe me. But if I will have to choose, I would choose work. Yeah.
Because it's always good having your own, and extra money won't hurt.
Yeah, definitely. No, that, yeah, for sure.
That's the train of thought.
It took me a minute though. Like, within the first month, I was already crying because I wasn't working. Like, I was like, I'm ready to go back to work. I fucking regret it. Like, I hate being home. Like, just because I was used to working. And one of my friends, who was also home as well, she was a mom. She is a mom. She was just like, girl, it's okay. I cried for like the first 3 months because I wanted to go back to work. She was like, you just gotta wait. You just gotta relax. So it took me a minute, and I got used to it. I miss it. I do miss it, because I love being able to be that woman.
Right.
To that American quote picture. Like, I whenever I wasn't working and he was off, I would literally spend the kitchen all fucking day. I'm talking about breakfast. I will give him breakfast. and then I will give him a snack, and then I will give him lunch, and then I will give him another snack, and then I'll give him dinner, and then on top of that, I will still make him dessert. Like, it's just like, and I love that, and I miss that, and I try sometimes like I come home and I don't get home till like 7:30.
You got to exercise your abilities though. Like,
yeah, and then I feel like I got a little fan going on Snapchat because I cook my cookings. Like when I'm cooking something, sometimes I'll just post the recipes and I post me doing it, and like people are doing them. And and then it's like
it's another form of content.
Yeah, and it's just like, and I was just doing it for fun, and I started doing it because I was home so much, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna show them how I made this cake. The cake is really what goes crazy, honestly. Like when I do pastries, like I'm actually this week, I'm going through a lot of shit right now. I'm actually gonna be off pretty much this whole week. I asked time off from work to just kind of like center myself. And I gave myself a project. I'm gonna be off these couple of days, but I gave myself a project, and I'm gonna go. Have you ever seen Princess and the Frog?
Yeah.
Okay, so Tiana's Biangs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and try to do that. I'm gonna try to do the Biangs. So I'm very excited for that because I've already put it out there, and people are ready to see me do them, and I'm excited to do them. It's gonna be my first time. So I hope I do it right, but I am excited.
Shit. If you're already a good cook,
and I think I am.
Then you're just gonna, adapt to it. Then you're just gonna apply it.
Well, see, and I like baking. Like I've always baked, one way or form. I've always baked.
I've baked like motherfucker too.
Yeah.
When I worked at Cinnabon.
No fucking way. I fucking love them.
I worked at Cinnabon Parks Mall. Next to Barnes
shit!
Noble.
Yeah.
I worked there from like 2015 to like late 2016. I became manager in that whole and like I learned to bake. I learned how to make the dough from scratch. Like I made the best dough. I was too cold, bro. Like
I learned from also doing that. Like I worked at pizza places where we had to do the dough, and then I've worked at sandwich places where we have to do the actual bread. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just like I've definitely picked up some stuff, and I actually love it. A lot of I have gotten asked like how come I don't sell them, and I've tried. It's just I don't enjoy it as much. And one thing about me is like if I don't enjoy it, I'm not gonna do it. Like so
it becomes more of just like a demand.
Yeah, and I don't enjoy that. The same thing with my paintings. Like I like to paint, and I've sold a couple of paintings, but it's like I don't like the stress.
Right.
Yeah, because it's like I gotta do it right because they're paying me. It's just like I'm not enjoying it anymore.
Right.
So it's something I'm good at, but it's not something that I want to make money out of because I know I'm not gonna stick to it.
So it's just a hobby.
Yeah.
That's what's up, bro.
And I like doing it because for family gatherings, I'm the one that gets the pastries. Nice. Yeah. Staying up to fucking 3 o'clock in the morning making like 6 cheesecakes and shit.
Damn.
Cause especially for like holidays.
Right.
Like I have to make my kiddos, my sister's kids always ask me to make them like cheesecake. So I'll make 2 for them, and then I make 2 for my mother-in-law, and then I can't not make one for Jonathan.
Right.
So it's just like I'm always making like triple of everything, and it's just like I don't mind it. It actually makes me laugh, and I love it. But it's just like I don't think it's that serious.
Yeah.
But then it's just like, damn, my pastries have to be that good then. And that just makes me like, it just makes me happy. Yeah. Dang. How do we end up over here in this conversation?
I don't even know. We're both nice.
Hell yeah. So, okay. So this is like a whole different type of question.
Okay.
But, okay. So we already know that in a way, body-wise, you don't really have a preference.
No, not at all.
I'm
all about character, substance.
Okay. We'll keep that in mind then with this next question.
Bet.
How do we feel about dating a transgender?
You on a different level there.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, like for me though, like I don't body shame nobody.
Yeah.
But let's be real, like you're born a man, then your whole system, your whole wiring inside your body is man.
Right.
So like, no matter what surgery you get, any of that, and I'm not trying to offend nobody, but like, nah, like that's not. To me, that is not. You're not a woman. You're a man.
Because originally they were born a man.
Yes, like, and you have the right to identify yourself whatever you want.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? But I don't have to call you that. I don't have to deem you that if I know you're a man. You know what I mean? If you literally are a man, you're born a man, then you're a man. You're not in the sexual market for me.
Okay, but off the sexual market,
friends?
Yeah, like you do respect that though, right?
Yeah, like,
okay,
like
cool. I was just like, hold on, pause.
Let's be real though. Like that was saying, you're in society. I mean, you can be whatever you want, bro. Like, outside of sexual market, like yes, like I will respect you. Yeah. I'm gonna respect you even if you hit on me. I'm gonna respectfully be like, no.
Yeah, no, yeah,
but
yeah.
In my thoughts, that's what I'm thinking, and I don't want to be rude and just say that to you.
Yeah, and no, and I feel like that shouldn't be taken rudely, because even in your eyes, she was a full woman from beginning, and you still weren't interested, you still have the right to say no. Like, that shouldn't really matter. Yeah, it's just more like, this is what you prefer, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's nothing wrong for you to be like, oh, I wouldn't date.
I have a question for you now. Well, I'm just going to ask a question, but you can talk to her about it. But what if it was a woman that changed to a man but still wants to date men that hit on you?
Okay, say it again.
Like, okay, so she was born a woman, right?
She was born a woman.
Yeah. And then let's say at 18, she's like, I want to be a man. But all she does is dress up like man. So
she don't have a dick.
No, she still has a vagina, but she's like a stud. I guess.
Yeah, she wears strap-ons.
Yeah, like shit like that.
Okay.
But do they already have their top surgery? Like,
yeah, that's really what matters. Like, have they fucked with their body?
Okay, yeah, how far are they?
It's like full 100%. Like, that's a woman.
Under those clothes, it's a woman.
Yeah,
okay,
like,
all right.
Yeah,
but they like to dress as a man.
Yes, but they like to dress as like a man. Like, they don't say they got a whole beard. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Well, that's gonna be kind of hard for a woman to. Well,
it's gonna be hard for me to be hard. Because you got bushy ass armpits. Like, I could take a little bit of grass on the infield.
Yeah.
But now we're talking about some construction armpits. Like, you got some like.
You might as well have like a whole ass man, like, to a certain point. Yeah.
You know when they say put some elbow grease in it, you got that. Like, nah. I mean, I'm not gonna be turned on, but if she at least shaved her armpits, like, something could happen. But I'm not like looking for her, like, because I know that she perceives herself as a dude. I'm just like not gonna view her as an option in my brain. And now she comes out of nowhere and is like, "Yo, let's fuck, bro." And I'm just like, my brain's gonna have to process that.
Yeah, no, I feel it.
Like, she gonna be trying to like, let's fuck, no homo. Like, whoa, nah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess, like I said, I wouldn't view her as an option until she starts trying to take her clothes off. Then it becomes more of reality based. Like, okay, like, she views herself as a man, but she's trying to come on to me and she wants me to penetrate her.
Penetrate. I love that word. It's so funny.
It's a sign of dominance.
Yeah.
You're letting me break your walls. I'm inside you.
So okay. So tell me, and this isn't your perfect little world. Okay. Let's imagine buildyourbitch.com actually exists.
I'm dead. Build your bitch.
How are we building her? Tell me right now.
This feels wrong.
Y'all listen out, ladies.
It feels wrong.
No, because at the end of the day, look, I'm a very realistic person, and Jonathan knows that. So the shit that I'm about to say,
yeah,
he already knows. Okay? realistically, if I was with somebody serious right now, it would have been a woman. Okay? She would look a certain way and do certain things. Okay? She might not exist. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, who we per se want is not who we need. Like, I don't need this Mexican bitch. It will be nice, you know? Yeah. But like, I got what I want and what I need here.
Right.
But in my perfect little world back then, he wasn't what I was picturing. You know what I'm saying? Right. So back when I was like single, that's how I built her.
So you're asking me who's my ideal woman?
Yeah, like in your perfect little world, how will like what's important for her to have like certain looks or for her to have certain techniques? Like, what does she have to come with?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
what are some futures?
I'm okay. I'm 28 years old.
Okay.
All right.
So,
realistically, I want someone who's on a mature level as me. You know what I'm saying? I'd like her to be at least 26 or over. I want her to have a realistic grasp on reality. Know what she wants and actually be educated in the shit that she wants. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing to just want something, but to know about it and to like fully know it and want it is different.
Mm.
Some people just be like, oh, that's love. I want love. But you don't want to commit. You don't want, you know what I'm saying, to waver. You don't want to do any of that, but you want love.
Right.
So that's not knowing what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, but thinking you do. Okay, so I want her to know what she wants. Aesthetically, I have no preference. She can be thin. She can be big. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But if she's big, we're going to have to discuss a couple of things on how this is going to work. You know what I'm saying? But it will work.
What are a couple of things that you got to discuss with a big woman?
Well, we got to talk about some positions out here, man. We're gonna have to see what work and what don't work.
Yeah, I can't. I can't understand that.
You know, we're talking about an immovable object meeting an unstoppable object. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, like no preference there. I prefer her to be Latina, but you know, like Mexican.
Yeah.
I really have no preference. Like, she could be Black chick, she could be Asian.
Yeah.
You know, it's really about personality for me. That's what turns me on.
Yeah. And I can get with that. You know what I'm saying? Like
thought process.
Yeah. Yeah.
And especially me being like, you know, saying what I deem, you know, saying what a woman, you know, saying I feel like what a woman should be concerned about, not be concerned about, whatever, you know, her preferences, all that. Like, especially if, like, you know, we click on that level, then it doesn't even matter.
You know, I'm about to say something, and I don't know how people are going to take it, and hell, I don't even know how it's going to come out. You know, sometimes we say something in our head, and once we put it out, it's like, oh, that didn't sound right. I understand what you were saying right now about like the whole thought process situation. I actually do understand that because I feel like I'm better with somebody who agrees to become better. Not like, I feel like if I was with somebody that in a way was like better than me, I feel like we will compete too much. But I feel like me and Jonathan are good because we are good on where we're from. Like, he teaches me so many things because he comes from a world that I don't know. Mm-hmm. And I teach him a lot of things from a world that he doesn't know. So it's like I feel like I can't relate. I can't be with someone that I can relate to.
Yeah.
I need to feel with somebody that I don't relate to, but we're like in the same level of like maturity, but like in a different, and like in a different book, same section.
Yeah, different. Yeah. It's just same person, different perception.
Yeah, I feel like that's who I work with because he's the only person that I've ever been that I don't relate to, and I feel like this relationship is more successful than ever.
That's why they say opposites attract.
They do say that.
So like, but see, a lot of those are just generalizations, right? Mm-hmm. Like not everybody's gonna be a match, and not everybody's gonna be exactly the same. Not everybody, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I said, it all boils down to matching energy, and that's what y'all got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all have a balance. Y'all have come to y'all's balance, and y'all are at peace with that. You know what I mean? And any discussions are dealt with full respect and accountability and consideration. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah. And you know, I have a friend, and y'all have heard, like, oh, I don't know if you've heard that episode, but his name is Alberto, and he's been on here before. And he did a comment one time about Jonathan and I's process, and not a bad comment.
Okay.
It just stuck with me because it's just like that's exactly who I want us to be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Jonathan and I, we kind of bumped a little bit in one of our parties. And we weren't being disrespectful, but it was very tense, and I feel like everybody took it, like felt that. So we decided to step to the side. So everybody was chilling. Like we literally both got up, and it's like everybody got a drink. Like it's like we were like checking,
Right.
and then we stepped to our room, and we talked about it. I got angry, and then he got angry, and then we were okay. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like we did our process just like on three times. Yeah, like just in 3 times speed, and we processed it, and we heard each other, and we came back. We came out with a plan, and exactly we understood that we were both okay. And then we literally came back out, and like the rest of the night was like nothing ever happened. But prior to the rest of the night, when I went back into the couch, because he was over here with his friends that were playing poker, and I was over there with my friends smoking, and one of them was, he had mentioned, he was just like, oh my God, y'all are already arguing, y'all are already fighting, do we need to go? Like, I don't want you to get in trouble. And I was like, get in trouble? I was like, this is my house, first of all. Like, ain't nobody getting in trouble around here. I was like, we're not kids. We're not each other's parents. Nobody's in timeout. Like, we talked and we're fine. Like, don't worry about it. I was like, mind your business. Like that's literally what I told him. And he was just like, well, I don't want you to come out fighting. And I was like, I'm like, we're not fighting. What are you not understanding? I was like, we just stepped to the side and we had a talk, but we're okay. And Alberto was like, they do it all the time. Actually, it's beautiful. Like, he's like, they step to the side, they talk about it, they come back, and nothing ever happens. He's like, that's how it's supposed to be.
So he reacted like that though because, like I said, it's just like it's not the norm.
Yeah.
And, you know, sadly, it's not the norm. So when you see it, you're like, are y'all gonna fight still?
Yeah.
And it's just like, we're good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just feels off. They're like, there's no way y'all good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. And honestly, I always tell myself, and I tell him too, and I tell a lot of people actually, choose your battles.
right.
Not all battles are worth fighting for. Some of them are just, you know what, just all right, cool, take this one. It's perfectly fine.
I think to myself shit like that too on a daily, like, and just in general.
It will make your regular day life better. Yeah, because it's not just a relationship. Just it's like, am I really gonna fight with this bitch right now? Am I really gonna argue? Am I really gonna race with this? Like, you know, just go ahead and cut me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, we can avoid those deadly road rages. Like, you didn't have to shoot that person, bro.
Right.
Just fucking let it go. Like, it's not that serious. And I feel like
It will lack self control.
yeah.
See, that's what it is, self control.
And a lot of people don't have that because a lot of us don't have a strong mind.
A lot of people would thrive if they understood that.
Yeah.
If they understood that patience is a virtue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That means like you will gain a lot more from being patient in life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You will not lose your mind over small shit. You know, yeah, we all stressful. We're all on our way home from work. Motherfucker cut you off. Yeah, it's easy to just be like, bitch, you know, pull your gun out and be like, what's that? You know, start busting at them, but like, really, what's gonna come of that? Even if you don't even pull a gun out, even if you like pull up and you start talking shit, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Like, bro, you just delayed yourself now from what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
So it's just like self control. You gotta go through that in your head and, like you said, deem what's worth it, what's not.
Yeah. So with that being said, you know, just choose your battles, guys. Like, it's it's very important to choose those, especially in a relationship. So y'all always got to remember that y'all are on the same team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a partnership. It's not, never have to fight for dominance. Know your role. You'll never have these problems.
Yeah. So out here to the ladies, y'all heard it coming from a male perspective. It's okay to be soft. Yeah. It's okay to let the man stand up, and you just sit and relax. Okay, right. Like it's not, when it's done right, you're not being belittled. You're actually are the queen, and because you're the queen, you're the one that's supposed to just sit and rest and let the king handle the stress. Like that's.
Yeah, we're supposed, men are supposed to, be the problem solver, first.
Right.
It's not like a man can't be vulnerable though.
Yeah.
A man can fall short of glory, but just be there for him when he is down and out. And that's all we ask.
Yeah.
Don't run at the first sign of danger.
Yeah.
Don't just retreat and you leave. A lot of girls do that. Like saying like, it's sadly a lot of women have left men when they've lost it all.
Oh yeah. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that.
Yeah, like if you really love somebody, you're gonna stick by their side truly. Yeah, and get through it together because like it's a team.
Yeah.
If he's down and out, then y'all down and out.
Yeah.
If he's up, then just like if he's up, y'all up.
Yeah.
If he's down and out, then y'all down and out.
And you saying that, you also gotta remember that, guys, it's okay to ask your girl for help.
Yeah,
facts. Like it's okay because it's like, it's both. Like, oh, we don't need a man, fuck man, blah blah blah, and it's like, oh, we can't depend on a woman because women are weak, and it's just like, in reality, if we fucking put that shit to the side, we're both great. That's what we're both in this world, because we're both to be helped each other. At the end of the day, like, do men probably have a higher step than we do? Probably, but they took that extra step because of us.
So we're two halves of a whole.
Yeah, so it's just like, just fucking choose your battle, bitches. Damn. Come to my side of the world. I'm trying to tell you, I was that bitch. I'm not that bitch. I'm a recovered bad bitch. Not right. But it's just crazy, and I'm glad that you came, and I actually, I don't know. Hopefully, y'all reach out. Yeah, if y'all want me to bring him back and have a different type of conversation, hell, I would definitely like to bring you back.
Have someone else too.
Yeah, and then talk about like a different type of stuff. Like, I really haven't had anybody here to relate with me, with the way that we grew up. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's heartbreaking, that process.
Yeah, we can talk about that. Coming up from a broken home, different world.
Yeah, for sure. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. This is the end of part 2, and I'll let you know when part 3 comes. But if y'all ever want to reach out to George or Trouble G, if that's how you know him, I'm gonna tag him on our Instagram page. Or for our Instagram is Pt.2 Podcast. If you haven't followed us yet, also we just started a new YouTube channel. Earlier on part 1, you had mentioned that you do music. Do you want to put out your platform or anything like that so they can like look you up, listen to your stuff?
Yeah, just you can go to YouTube, look up Trouble G. You know what I'm saying? TROUBLE. Space G. I don't have too much out, but I'm still working. I'm finna be in the studio. Matter of fact, probably this week. But yeah, I appreciate you for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah, just fuck with me on Instagram too.
Yeah, but give him oh shit, my bad, y'all. Give him your TikTok, because you be making some funny TikToks. I'm like, this man is funny.
Yeah, my TikTok is it's Trouble McDouble Reloaded, because my first one got banned. You know what I'm saying? And but yeah, it's TRUBBLEMCDUBBLE Reloaded all together. And yeah, just fuck with me.
All right. Well, if y'all go to our Instagram at Pt.2 Podcast, you're gonna find all his information, so you can go ahead and follow him there. You can also reach out to him personally if you know any ladies. But yeah, all right. So I'll catch y'all later. Remember to wash your hands because cooties are still real and bitches are still out here getting pregnant like crazy. So make sure you wrap up, guys. All right, catch y'all later. Bye.